Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another edition of What's Happening Wednesday. This is a weekly roundup show that I like to do on this channel, which again gives me the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. Keep you guys updated with things that are banging on the world of Transformers. I'll let you know what's happening with this YouTube channel and of course my Instagram, which is toys_rus. Once again, this is going to be part 1 of 2. So the first part now has got about 10 things to go through with you, and then in about 10-11 hours time, when I wake up in the morning or maybe later on in the day, depending on where you're watching, I've got at least another 10 things to go through with you, and maybe things that have happened or appeared overnight. So we are going to kick off with some great news for UK Transformers fans. It is back. Well, it's not back. It is 100% confirmed, shall we say. Tfnation 2023 is confirmed between the 11th and the 13th of August next year, which is fantastic, and it's going to be pretty much exactly the same place it was last time, the Hilton Birmingham Metropole Hotel. So they're going to be giving more announcements, obviously, and tickets I suppose as and when, but all we need to know that it is 100% confirmed, and that is some great news. Right, moving on to EarthSpark. Obviously we're getting much closer to the, I suppose, premiere of this particular cartoon. Now we've seen some of these images already, but I've just got some more to show you, some packaging, and indeed there's another YouTube trailer or a YouTube video clip out at the moment. So this is quite interesting though. So we've got obviously Terran Twitch here, which you can see. Right, let me just see if I can get some of this glare out here. So we've got Terran Twitch, we've got the back of the box right there, seeing that it's going to be 12 steps to transform this particular deluxe bot. Now there's a picture here, of course, the main bad guy, and this is really interesting. I'm going to come to this in a second. There's the box art on the top of the packaging. There's the actual deluxe figure loose. Looks pretty good, to be honest, as I say, and I think a lot of people are pleasantly surprised with how good the actual cartoon does look. There's just a very quick overview again of some of the figures that we are expecting. This is what I was on about. See the bloke at the back? Of course, this is the Mandroid, the main baddie. And as you can see, you can start to add parts from each character to build him up. So at the moment, we only know the first 3, which is Bumblebee, Megatron, and Terrence Twitch. And you can see there as well. So it's Terran, not Terrence, Terran Twitch. So that's going to be a brilliant little gimmick as well that they've got going. Here, of course, is Wheeljack as well. This is the incredibly genius flip changes. So what you literally do is you flip them in the air and they transform, as you can see there via the images. There's him in the packaging. And we've just got some final images of Megatron, different class sizes. They seem to have gone with, I don't know, obviously it's an aircraft, but it reminds me of sort of like a hover aircraft or something like that. But again, I'm actually quite excited to see the cartoon because I think it is looking really good. Talking of which, yet again, if you either go to Transformers or Paramount Plus, you can get and see another this one's a 51-second, I think, is it? Does it say? Yeah, 51-second trailer, and the basic story of it is that you've got the Decepticons who are trying to steal Energon, which they shouldn't. Optimus Prime, they're Swindle, funny enough, and Elita 1. Again, try to put a stop to this. It's looking really good. It really is. Again, I have to apologise about the reflection. This is the quickest and easiest way to get the news out to you. If you want to see any more of these images in more detail, pretty much everything I take the stuff from is off the web and off the forums like T-Formers and TFW 2005. Talking of which, so we've got some in-hand images of Legacy Scrapheap, and this guy is actually hotly anticipated, even though, let's be 100% honest, this I suppose this wave's version of the fossilizers, and I think he looks great. I like the whole idea, I like the concept of it. I think it works even better with the idea of the fact that it's a Junkian. So of course they do fall apart, they do build them all back up. As you can see, there's lots of detail. There's so many 5mm ports all the way around this chap, in his forearms, on his arms, on the back. We already know he's got the beautiful detail on the head sculpt of the goatee and the eye patch. There it is again, all zoomed in. But as I said, there's so many pieces. Here's some pieces here you can detach as well, and attach as and where and how you want to, not just on him, but of course on other characters as well, as we'll see in a second, because we've got Scrapheap. This is what you want to see though. This is a great shot of the 3, but it also shows, I suppose, how small he is. I mean, I know he's deluxe and the other two are Voyager, but he is absolutely tiny. We've got some more comparisons coming up here in a second. And funny enough, the funniest one you'll see in a second is alternate mode Retgar and alternate mode him. The alternate mode still reminds me of like an angry mater. It's only because my son watches cars still so much, it's just fresh in my head seeing the pickup truck. He just does, it really reminds me of mate, especially there, look, that's definitely an angry mater. Anyway, how out of scale is that? Terrible, but okay. He looks good against Optimus and indeed against Wheeljack again. They look perfectly fine against them, and indeed with Needle Nose. And again, look, there's the idea of building them all up to make powered up, souped up, whatever you want to call them, characters. I think it's a great idea, and of course we have to have Junkian riding Junkian, because we just do. Right, now into some official images, and again, Marclonus has put his insights into Hotshot this time. So we've got a brilliant few images of him with all the blast effects, in all the poses, and again, if you go to his Instagram, or either TFW 2005 or Tformers, you can read every single thing that he's put about working on and enjoying, obviously, being part of the build of this character. And as I've already admitted and said, this is one of the ones I am very intrigued to getting hold of. I've just found my original Cybertron version, to be honest, so I'm going to see if I can dig that out and have a good play with it. What I also love about the things that Marclonus does is all the blast effects just seem to work so well. I know when I try and do it on mine, they look nothing like his pictures, unfortunately. Nothing at all. Okay, great news for this guy, because it seems like forever and a day since he's been revealed, but as of now, or yesterday maybe, depending on the time, lots of websites, TF Source, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Story, Chosen Prime, etc., Amazon, he is now available for pre-order, so you can get your hands on the Blue Rumble. And of course the reason he's blue is because that's the colour he was in the Studio Series 86 movie. Okay, moving on to something that's incredibly interesting. Now again, I have to hold my hands up when it comes to third-party figures. I'm not the greatest at these, purely because I don't own any and I'm just new to learning. However, this is MPH Studios, and this is from their Weibo page. This is MPH02, and he's just called Commander. And as you can see, it's a Legends scale version of either Convoy or Optimus Prime, depending on which continuity you follow. You can see how he squares up against various other Legends and other versions of Convoy and Nemesis Convoy. Look, he looks really good. Additional bits of notes that I've got of him is that he's made up of 120 parts. So for a small figure, that's a lot of individual parts all pieced together. We don't have exact heights, unfortunately, or articulation points. However, I'm sure you can see just how articulate he is. These pictures are okay, but for some reason they decided to do it on a glass table in the back garden. Probably a little bit like me. That's a bit hypocritical. I'm doing this, obviously, off a reflective surface myself, but as you can see, he's very articulate. He's fully posable, and they've got this chap with him, who you'll see in a second, with a briefcase. I don't know much about him. He's there. I'm trying to work out or think back across some of the episodes who it might be. If anybody knows in the comments, please do let me know. There's all the accessories that are going to come with him. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because even though it's a Legends scale vehicle, you can pretty much guess what's coming up. You can actually put him inside the driver's seat, as you're about to see. There's of course weapon storage on the back, but there you go. There he is inside the driver's seat. There he is getting out, and you can see that he does fully fit in. Again, he's a bloke with a briefcase. No idea who he is. Please help me in the comments, and there's no details either, unfortunately, on the Weibo page either. Last couple of things, again, in-hand images of Nest Bonecrusher. So he's got the complete new paint job. No other differences at all, I believe. Just the metallic-y, I suppose, knightish looking NEST, Nest version of Bonecrusher. Now, I really like the look of this. And to be fair, I think it's one that I definitely will be purchasing. I don't tend to get all movie bots, but I like the look of him. There he is, of course, compared with normal Studio Series version. There he is with Revenge of the Fallen. And we've got a few other, I suppose, Studio Series figures as well with him compared next to. So he's a big Voyager class figure, as you can see. Towers above Nest Bumblebee. Looks great. Details on him are great, and again, if you remember that we pointed out when we first knew he was coming out from, I think it was Sam, the other designer with regards to this, the fact that they've got All Hail Megatron, there you go, written on the side is just a beautiful, really clever, nice little touch. Really liking the idea of that. And again, you know, movie lovers are going to love these figures, and maybe people in between, who knows. Myself, I think I'm going to pick him up purely because I think he looks great, and to be honest, I do really like that scene in the first movie. So, final thing, this is fantastic. This is great. This is legitimately a huge trailer for Toys R Us, painted up, decorated exactly like Optimus Prime. So not only have we got Optimus Prime there is the full length of the trailer with Toys R Us's logo there. There it is from the other side. There it is from the back. And there it is on the road. Imagine that, something passing you like that, and oh, it'd be amazing. That's so cool. But that wraps up part 1 of today's What's Happening Wednesday. With regards to the channel, these comparison and these Japanese exclusive figures that I've been doing mini videos on seem to be going down really well. So I'll try and get as many of them as I can done, you know, just mainly showing differences or perhaps figures that people have never seen before. Newer figures, I'm still working through Legacy Wave 2. Sound Wave, I'll probably pop up tomorrow because I think the video of that's near enough done. Still got Wild Rider to go, and of course Tarantulas. And again, just taking requests on the Instagram for pictures of figures that people want to see. Thank you everybody ever so much. We're up to 20 channel members now, 10 more channel members, and the first competition will be started. It is that Super 7 Ultimate Optimus Prime figure that I've got a review as well. That will be given away free by this channel, shipping costs, everything all down to myself. Thankfully, ever so kindly donated by Robot Recruits, but that figure will be given away as soon as we reach 30 channel members. But in the meantime, thank you anybody and everybody for their support. It is greatly appreciated. And for those people who aren't aware, just maybe look for the channel members video, because it doesn't affect anything on here. It's all things that are happening bonus outside of this channel on the Discord, and other things that are going to be happening on there as well. Again, thank you for the continued support, guys. Take care.